This incredibly meaty barbecue sandwich, all of those meaty bits right there, that's all made from tofu. Let me show you how to do it. It's incredible. First, I don't know if you noticed, but I made a coleslaw to top that sandwich. I just thought it would be really good. So this coleslaw is really easy. Let me go ahead and show you the ingredients right here. Boom. Go ahead and screenshot that if you want. Now, all you have to do is just literally mix all of that together and then throw it in the fridge. It needs to be in the refrigerator for a few hours. I usually like to make it early in the day, so that way by dinner, it's completely ready and it's all the flavors are mixed together and everything just tastes amazing. Also, before you throw it in the fridge, give it a little taste just to see. Like, you have the seasonings right, everything good. The cabbage is going to be a little crunchy, but the flavor should still be pretty good. So now that we've got the coleslaw out of the way, let's start preparing the tofu. So we're just going to be using some extra firm tofu. This is the first time I'm using the Sprouts organic tofu. I'm hoping that it has a good texture. I think it will. So we're going to cut this tofu into 4 even slices, 4 even planks, or uneven. I mean, oh my gosh, I cannot believe how uneven my slices were. It's kind of embarrassing. It doesn't really matter. And then we're going to toss this into a saltwater bath. Now, this saltwater bath is going to be like a flavored bath, and all of those ingredients are going to be right here. Go ahead again. I'm going to be using the screenshot method, I think, from now on. I don't know. We'll see. And then just toss all of those ingredients in, bring it up to a boil, and toss your tofu in, and let them boil for about 20 or 30 minutes. Now, this is going to be using the osmotic potential to remove the liquid that's in the tofu and replace it with this flavored liquid. It's a really good way to get the texture of the tofu to be firmer while also giving it a lot more flavor. Now, after about 20 or 30 minutes, you can see the tofu gets a little bit darker. We've lost a lot of liquid. A lot of it's gotten sucked up into the tofu. Now, we're just going to carefully remove these because they are going to fall apart at this point. They're soft. Now, I will say specifically the Sprouts extra firm tofu is a lot more, it is breaking apart a lot more than other tofus that I've used. So I think it just depends on the brands, but no matter what, it's going to come out fine. So at this point, I'm just going to stack them up. I'm going to get a baking sheet with some parchment paper ready. Ow, crap, it's hot, it's hot. And then we're going to start slicing these into very thin slices. Now, texture is all about the variation of sizes and shapes, so don't worry if you have different cuts here, like if things are falling apart. Just get as many thin slices as you can onto the cutting board and then evenly lay them out in a very even layer. And you want them to kind of overlap a little bit, and you'll see why later. Now, this next part is all about the flavor. So first, we just want to brush all of this down with some of the broth that it just boiled in. But now we just need to make a dry rub and a wet base, and all of the ingredients for that is going to be right here, so go ahead and screenshot. Now, the dry rub is just based off of like a standard pork like barbecue rub, so I wanted to do the mustard rub but add a lot more flavor to it, and that's why we did the mustard with liquid aminos. That's going to really add quite a bit of meaty punch to this, along with helping all of this dry rub stick to it. So we're going to baste all of this with a heavy coat of the mustard liquid aminos and then just really heavily throw that seasoning on top of it. Now, I have my oven preheated for 350 degrees. If you have convection setting on your oven, that's going to really help kind of dehydrate these, which is what we want to do. I'm going to bake these for about 30 minutes. It's going to get them really crispy, but just watch. Really pay attention to these because these can go from usable to charcoal in just in a matter of moments.
Hey gang, right now is a great time for a coffee break, so I'm gonna make some Javi Coffee, today's sponsor. You know, I've talked about coffee a lot on this channel in the past. I love coffee. I love the perfect cup of coffee. The taste, the smell, everything about it's great to me. And with Javi, you get that perfect cup of coffee in like under 30 seconds. It's pretty epic. Javi Coffee is a high-quality, ethically sourced, plant-powered, non-GMO coffee concentrate. All you do is fill your glass with your favorite liquid, hot or cold, then a tablespoon or 2 of Javi, and you just mix it up and enjoy. I mean, it's so good. It's so incredibly good. It's rich, it's bold, it's smooth, it's loaded with flavor, and you saw it just took a few seconds to make. No mess, I don't have to worry about prepping or cleaning up the coffee maker. It's that easy. So gang, if you love coffee or if you just mildly like coffee, you're gonna wanna give Javi Coffee a try. So click the link in the description below or head over to buy.javicoffee.com/SauceStache and you're gonna get 25% off using my code SauceStache. Javi, thank you for sponsoring today's video and providing me with this incredibly good, easy and convenient, tasty and delicious, I can't say anything better about it, cup of coffee.
Okay, we're back. Pull these out of the oven and give them just a test. They should be kind of like tofu jerky, maybe some crispy parts even. Now, I know that's not going to remind you of barbecue, not yet. Wait till you see what we do next. So at this point, we're slicing up about half of a white onion, maybe 2 cloves of garlic, and about 3/4 of a small red pepper, or half of a red pepper, bell pepper. Now I wanted to specifically talk about this part because I'm going to keep everything in long, thin slices. The onion and the bell pepper are all going to be just long, thin slices. I don't want to like mince these up or anything. I'm just going to toss those into a hot frying pan with a little bit of olive oil and some sesame oil. And while those are cooking up, we're going to head back to the tofu. Now I'm just going to pull these out onto a cutting board. They've cooled down a bit. And all we're going to do, now they've kind of like stuck together. All we're going to do is just kind of slice them up into like their individual slices again. Once we have those all broken up, the peppers and onions and garlics all cooked down, we're going to toss that all together. Now, once this is all tossed together, you can see it's starting to look good, but these tofu pieces are going to be crispy and they're going to be kind of dry at this point still. So we're just going to now add our flavor and the rest of our barbecue flavor. And that's just going to be like 50-50 mix of ketchup and your favorite barbecue sauce, along with about a cup or 2 cups of water. Now we're just going to set this on low, and then I originally added the 1 cup, but I put the lid on this and let it simmer up for a bit, but eventually I added a 2nd cup of water because it just didn't seem like enough to hydrate everything up. Give your tofu a taste and make sure that it tastes meaty. If not, it's too dense, you might need to add some more water. Now, I also added a little bit of maple syrup to this just so I can bring up the sweetness. Now we're just going to toast the buns because if I don't, you all are going to get really mad at me, and these are just some Dave's Killer buns. And let's put the sandwich together. So we're just going to pick this up and let these drip. You want to make sure because this is going to be messy. But you can see these things are meaty. Super duper meaty. All we're gonna do is just make sure that both sandwiches have a lot of the tofu meat, top them with the coleslaw. That is it. Put the bun on top. Now, let's see what Monica has to say. I'm telling you right now, these sandwiches are so good. They're so good. Okay, baby, this is gonna be super messy.
Okay, I can't wait.
But barbecue sandwich, okay. Dropping everything. Enjoy.
Wow.
Oh my God.
This is so much fun. I love this.
This came out better than the steak and cheese. Yeah.
No, it definitely resembles pulled pork. And I love the like mixture of like the cold and the hot, the warm.
Coleslaw on the tofu.
It was so good. Yeah, I love the way that you cooked it, how it's kind of like crisp and bacony almost.
It's barbecue-like, right?
Yeah, a little bit smoky.
Kind of burnt ends.
Yeah, that's what I meant. This is delicious.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even know this was tofu.
Yeah, no way. This is wild.
You know me, I would definitely put this in a bowl over rice.
Yeah, I mean, I know you would.
I'm just not a messy eater person.
Oh my God. You would have no idea this was tofu.
But I'll be a messy eater for the video.
I don't know what else to say, but I'm gonna finish this whole thing.
Yeah, so good. I really like it though. Very flavorful.
This one, if you made the tofu steak, make this next. It's gonna blow your mind. If you haven't made the tofu steak, make this and make the tofu steak. You're gonna love both of them. Thanks, baby.